friends, and welcome to my next show that I call, Is That What You Want? It's about the parable of the rich man and Lazarus and what happens when you selfishly use money as a means to obtain personal fulfillment. You know, the Beatles had a great song about desiring money. Oh, you're not sure which one I'm referring to? Well, I'll tell you. Listen to this early live performance, and it will set the mood for the rest of the show.
Money don't get everything that's true. Money don't get what can you? That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
They don't write songs like that anymore. The lyrics and frantic beat capture the lure money has over all of us. As we analyze this parable, your attitude about wealth accumulation and it being the ultimate measure of success may change. Or, is this what you want to be seen wearing in your casket?
Ooh.
If you haven't had a chance to read the gospel that I talked about last episode, here is the Orthodox Study Bible version. Do you remember from the last episode how to analyze a parable? And we talked about it for a little bit. And there were really 3 rules about interpreting parables. Remember, context is essential to understanding a parable's meaning. Now, this parable, the rich man and Lazarus, only occurs in Luke. Jesus spoke this parable on the road on his final trip to Jerusalem. He was addressing a big crowd that included supporters, opponents, and some curiosity seekers. What motivated Jesus to speak this parable? Look at this passage. The Pharisees had just ridiculed him because Jesus had pointed out that a servant couldn't serve 2 masters, God and wealth, in the parable of the unjust steward. Speaking plainly, right in front of their faces, Jesus says yes. Now, what was he referring to? In addition to money, he was talking about power, position, and praise. Now, this particular parable is chock full of metaphors. Now, I could spend hours discussing the historical background, historical significance, and my favorite, etymology. But you know, instead I'm going to give you just a little glimpse of this text's richness by analyzing just the first sentence and understanding the word meanings from the perspective of those that were following Jesus that day on the road. This should magnify their meanings to our 21st century ears. The terms purple and fine linen are status symbols representing royalty or the elite governing classes. Imagine if today only members of President Biden's administration or very wealthy people like the Kardashian family could wear clothes with that color. Now, this would be a symbol of ultra-exclusiveness. The phrase fared sumptuously had been used in two other parables and means to make feast or to make merry and in splendor every day. In other words, you lived high on the hog all day and every day, dining on caviar, filet mignon, and Dom Perignon champagne any time you wanted. You could also opt for lobster, perhaps Chateaubriand. Garçon, s'il vous plaît. Look at this lavish lifestyle that's depicted in this icon. Now, imagine some mouth-watering dishes and snippets of tantalizing gossip that might be associated with the rich and famous. Now, gaze at Lazarus in this icon. And here are some other representations. He looks pitiful, doesn't he? But you know something? That wasn't the usual feeling elicited by people in Jesus' time. Rather, beggars were viewed as sinners, and they were receiving their just desserts. Look at this description and see how it sharply contrasts with the rich man's. However, it also implies a relationship between the two, as patron to a client. Notice in this picture, one is shown inside and the other outside. The gate or opening allows one to enter the other person's world if one cares to do so, thus showing compassion and offering comfort, or displaying apathy.